Hi everyone, welcome back to the shop again. Ed's Metalworks. Anyway, we got a little bit different project today. We're actually working with wood. A little bit anyway. What I got going here, I'll show you. My latest acquisition of this Anvil. It's a, I think it's a Sonderfuss, made in Sweden, 100-pound anvil. But we're going to build us an anvil stand. I started with a 6-foot or 8-foot piece of 6x6 Douglas fir that I found at the local lumber yard. Actually, I didn't find it. The guy that worked in the woodshed, they were stuffed up in a corner, and he said they were part of a special order that never got picked up. So I was thankful for him to find this. It's better than using treated wood or cedar. They're both kind of expensive. But anyway, I cut myself these 4 pieces, and I'm in the process of gluing them together. What we're building is a stand similar to my original anvil stand here. This is actually 4 6x6s. They were left over, or I think they were 4x6s. They were left over from a deck project or something. But anyway, this is what we're building with this new wood. We'll put the same banding around here like on my other anvil stand and put some hoops in there to hold tongs and hammers and stuff. But I already glued 2 pieces together the best I could to get them fit. I got to go and sand this next mating surface a little bit to level them out so I get a good glue on them. But as you can see, there's a little bit of discrepancy in the height of my cuts. This stuff's impossible to cut out and have a big enough saw. I got to go through all 4 sides, and that really highlights the squareness of your circular saw. I use 7 1/4 inch circular saw, but if you ain't perfectly square, you're not going to line up 4 ways, that's for sure. But anyway, I'll get them all glued together, and then we'll surface the tops and the bottoms of each one and put them, make sure they sit level and they will hold the anvil steady. But anyway, I thought I'd bring you along on this little project at this time and see where we come out. All right, we got these set up. We're going to do a little sanding. I always come out of my shop to do the woodwork because I don't like sawdust all over my equipment. Anyway, we're going to use my little DeWalt belt sander, 3-inch belt. Looks like it'll be about an 80 grit paper on there, just to sand down some of these spots here so we get a good glue pattern. I got the fan going in the background here. Hope that doesn't bother you. It's only about 100 degrees outside today, so let me see what they say right now. 98 right now, but we got the fan going. It's comfortable in the shade. So we'll sand these off a little bit, see how they come out. Cart wants to roll away. The sander grabs it pretty good. Alright, looks to be a pretty smooth surface for gluing these 2 chunks together. Let me get this other one done here. pretty good. We'll take them back in the other part of the shop and get them set up on the table. I'll set them on my welding table. That's the flattest surface I got around here to get one edge pretty good, and get them clamped together and glued together, and we'll go on from there. Alrighty, we got our two chunks. They're going to go up like this, get glued back together, but we'll spread some glue on here. The glue I'm using is this tight bond premium wood glue. I don't know if it's any better or worse than any of the rest of them, but that's what I got on hand right now. Give me a little chip brush to spread the glue out a little bit. I have one over here, I guess. Get this lid off of here. This is an old bottle I've had laying around here. I don't know. It's done for, I think. Anyway, here's the newer bottle. A chunk of crap in that old bottle, as usual. Get it spread out here good. I don't know that we need to have complete coverage, but get the sides here and the bottom pretty good. I'm not really much of a woodworker, but I get by. Alrighty, go on this other side. Seen guys use rollers to do this, but don't happen to have one right now. Chip brush works pretty good. Spread it out, get good coverage. Keep the junk out of it if you can. All right. We'll stand these up, get them clamped together. One thing about this glue, it gives you a little time to work with, so that's a good thing. Got my clamps all preset. Things lined up here good. Wipe off some of this excess glue oozing out the outside here. I don't know. I might put a finish of some kind on here, and most finishes, they don't stick to that glue worth a darn, so we'll wipe some of it off. That's a good sign that it's oozing out, though. It means it's squishing it together. Like I said, we're going to have a band wrapping around there in the end anyway. So looking good. Looks like a pretty good square chunk of wood right now. Like I said, we'll have to fine tune the top and the bottom, of course, when it gets to be all one piece. Make sure all our pieces are level and square. I don't know what we'll do that with, probably sander of some kind. But there she be, all glued together. Have to let her sit for a day and see how she comes out. Well, as you can see, we got her glued together, waiting for it to dry. While I was thinking about it, I thought I'd talk a little bit about my building, being as I mentioned the outside temperature is 98 degrees. I envy all of you that have a air-conditioned shop. My shop's not air-conditioned, the main part of it anyway. But I do maintain a fairly comfortable working level in here. I think due to the fact that I super insulated the walls and the ceiling and the floor in this main part of the shop. It's about, right now I think it's 81 degrees in here, and the outside temperature's 98. So with the fan going, 81 isn't too bad to work in, but my walls are, it's a normal pole shed. What are they, 2x8 posts? And then between the wall girts, the 2x6s that run this way, that they put the steel on the outside, I insulated that with 1.5 inch styrofoam in between all them girts. And then I built stud walls between each column. Like there's a column right here and it goes to the corner. So I built stud walls in there, and then I insulated the stud walls with 6.5 inches of fiberglass insulation. So in the walls I got 6.5 inches of fiberglass and 1.5 inches of styrofoam basically. But then in the ceiling above the metal I put 12 inches of blown in fiberglass. It really helps to over insulate your buildings, whether you're heating it or cooling it or not doing anything to it. You'd be surprised to walk in here when it's 98 degrees outside how well it feels. But the floor itself is has radiant pipes running in through the floor with hot water for the heat in the wintertime. There's a 2-inch slab of high density pink styrofoam underneath the slab between the dirt and where the pipes lay in the slab. So it's basically the whole shop. This area of the shop is basically an insulated box. So whatever you can get in here, it usually stays for a while. What I do, I got an exhaust fan right up here, you can see. And what I do at night, let's say like tonight, the temperature will dip down to about 70 degrees. I'll open my dividing door between the insulated and non-insulated part of my shop, and I'll set a timer for that fan to run from 4 in the morning to 7 in the morning, where we're going to draw that 70-degree air in here and suck out the, which by the end of the day will be about 83-degree air. So every night, as long as the temperature dips down, you can maintain a pretty comfortable working level in here. The only problem right now is the high humidity. I don't have any way to draw humidity out of there. I think maybe a big dehumidifier would work, but if you run them, it's just like putting heat in your building anyway. So, but I've seen guys have success with that. But anyway, I just thought I'd talk on that subject a little bit, being as we're waiting for glue to dry here. So just a little info to spread around. Alrighty, howdy everyone. We got our anvil stand here. We're gonna try to square up and smooth up these ends a little bit. This is the bottom. All there is a big chunk of glue right in the middle that I'm gonna take off there. But other than that, it's good and square. We pretty straight all the way across there. We're going to leave that end go. The other end needs a little more work. What we're going to do, we just got this 7.5 inch sander with a real coarse pad on it. We're going to use that. You can tell I'm not much of a woodworker. I don't know that a woodworker uses a sander like that to do his finishing. That's what we're going to use though. Alrighty, here we go. Whoop. Well, maybe we're going to use it. Make sure we're plugged in over here. Always does help if you're plugged in, I think. All right, that's a good stable base there. We'll try and get this top squared up. We're a little bit high right here in the center, and on this one 6x6. smoothing up pretty good there. A little bit higher right in here yet. Coming in there. Now we're going to get another sandy disc. We'll be right back. Okay, we got another disc loaded up here. We got good contact on these two, and we're just a little bit from having these two good. All right, looking mighty fine there. I'll go get the anvil. We'll do a test fit here. Alrighty, we get the anvil out here. This driveway slopes away from the building, so if it looks a little funny, but it's good and stable. Now if I can lift that anvil up here, we'll see how it fits. Oh yeah. Like this back corner right there. We'll do a little more massaging on that. Yeah, right here. Yeah, still looks like this back corner. Oh yeah. Let's flip it once, see what it does. Oh yeah. That's it, folks. Let me get a tape measure. We'll see how far I ended up off the ground. Yeah, looks like we're 33 inches. Yeah, I think that'll suffice. Got my daily workout, weightlifting, squatting this thing, but looks good. I think it'll work. We'll continue on with it. Alright, now we're going to smooth the sides up a little bit with a little belt sander. Make it pretty. Chip come out of here. Nah, we're just gonna have to live with it. Put some filler in there or something. After all, it is just an anvil stand. Not like a piece of furniture in the house. You get the general idea. We'll continue smoothing this up and get back with you in a bit. Back on the old anvil stand project here. I think we got it looking pretty good. I cut these piece of wood for the base, around the base. We'll put them on after we tack our bands together, because I want to tack the bands together around the bottom of the stand. But looking pretty good. I think it'll hold up really well. What we're doing is just duplicating these bands, like I have on this other anvil, with the 2-inch square tube there for holding hammers and tongs and stuff like that. And then it bolts together and secures all the wood around the base. We got all our parts cut here. 2-inch square tube. A little ear. Here's my little setup to weld them ears on. Nothing too special. I'll set you offside here and we'll get one put together, and one of these bands, and tack it together anyway and see what it looks like. Oh, by the way, got a little garden thing repair project too while we're at it. I'll get the welder on, we'll fix that up too. Let's go over here to the base of the anvil stand, and we'll take and tack a couple steps of these together. I want to keep it. I want to tack them on the bottom of this, so I know I'm getting the right fit. Right fit on here. I guess I need two more 2 more of the ears welded on. Jumping ahead of myself here a little bit. We get a tack on these. Alrighty, there we go. There's our band. We'll fill up this corner with weld bead. Smooth that off. And then our square tube. 4 on each side. Like so, hammer holders, and away we go. Alrighty, bring it back when we get her done. Hey everyone, got the anvil stand done. It came out pretty good. Good enough for an anvil anyway. I don't know. I see a lot of guys make anvil stands out of, you know, steel. A steel stand, but I kind of like the wood ones. I think it gives a little cushion to the anvil, but anyway, it's all done here. We got our 1.5-inch straps around the perimeter of the 4 6x6s that were glued together, and a little finish work on the bottom there. I used 2-inch square tubing for some hammer tong hangers, lag bolts into the top of it to hold it steady. It came out pretty good. I'm happy. Sorry I didn't show you a lot of the real finishing parts, but you know, some of it gets a little boring, I think, but just the painting and sanding and stuff like that. But got a new home for my Sonderfuss. I don't know if you guys can read that or not. 100-pound anvil. Can't wait to get some metal hot and start beating on it, but that'll probably be a while yet. It's only 100 degrees outside, so I'm gonna wait till it cools down a little bit to do that kind of stuff. But anyway, came out good. It'll be fun to use. Kind of a little showpiece around the shop too. I like to have nice things to look at in my shop. Anyway, well, thank you very much for following along on this. I'm sorry if it got a little bit long, but it was a fun project. Probably spent way more time on it than was needed, but what the heck, it's, like I said, it was a fun project. And thanks for watching. Subscribe if you will, pass it on to somebody, and give me a thumbs up. We'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.